Are you ready to boost your confidence when selling so you're able to close more deals? Nikki Roush will show you how to build a foundation of skills and a mindset that creates sales success without feeling pushy or salesy and without fear of rejection. She is a sales strategist and coach with more than 25 years of sales experience and is master certified in neuro-linguistic programming. This is a radically different approach to selling. It's a no sleaze, no slime, and no stress approach to building your business. This is Sales Maven. Here's Nikki.
Welcome, and thank you for listening to the Sales Maven Show. I'm your host, Nikki Roush. I am your own personal sales maven, here to offer you tips, techniques, and strategies to master your sales conversation. Today, our episode is all about offering discounts. We're going to talk about those discounts that you make to your existing clients, those discounts that you put out to your list. Discounts. Some people love them, some people hate them. We'll see how you feel by the end of the show. Before we jump into the content, I do want to give a quick shout out to somebody who took the time to leave a 5-star review on about the podcast. So I am just always so grateful that people take time out of their day to leave a review. So thank you so much. The review starts with the title, Not Your Usual Sales Vibe. And it says, hearing Nikki speak about sales makes me think I can crush it. Okay, I'm just going to stop right there and say, that makes my day. I want you, everybody listening, please, you can crush it. It then goes on to say, she's classic in her techniques, but her style is inviting, warm, and so approachable. Her coaching episodes are gold, and her nuggets of wisdom are so valuable for all business owners. Well done, Nikki, with a thumbs up emoji. And this is from the Dancing House Momma, which I love the name of that. Thank you so very much for taking the time to do this. I am so grateful. I have been making a concerted effort myself to leave 5-star reviews for the podcasts that I'm listening to, and it just makes a world of difference. And thank you for doing it. If you haven't left a podcast review yet and you would like to, please do. I probably will read it on a podcast episode at some point, and I will be tickled by it as well. Okay. Let's jump into content today, this idea of discounts. Now, before we get too deep into here, I do want to talk about balancing power. Now, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast. I think I say that every episode. Because I train so much and because I work with so many clients, I often say the same things over and over. You probably experienced that in your own business. But let's talk about balancing of power first. Because in a sales conversation, in a sales relationship, you want there to be a balance of power. And what I mean by this is you don't want to hold all the power over your prospects and your clients, because when it's out of balance and you have all the power, they will go elsewhere. They will find somebody else to buy from because that feels icky to them. And on the flip side of this, when you feel like your client or prospects holds all the power, they will often abuse it. Not because they're bad people, because it's human nature. And they will take you for granted. They will make you feel unappreciated. You will start to get resentful. It will break down the relationship. And so when it comes to discounts, there needs to be a balance of power, just like in any sales conversation. So that means that you don't just randomly offer discounts without getting something in return. I'm actually a huge fan of offering discounts as long as it benefits me in some way. So there will be times where you will be having a conversation with somebody and they'll ask you for a discount, and you get to decide as the business owner in that moment, does this discount make sense? Can I get something in return by saying yes to it? And or does it not feel right to me, so I'm going to say no? And any of those are fine. You just want to be clear about it. So in an actual conversation, when somebody asks me for a discount, I will sometimes say, yes, I would absolutely do that if you're willing to do XYZ in return. Or Thank you for asking for the discount. I actually don't offer discounts on that particular service. Is this something you'd still like to work together on? I think I talked about this when I was talking about buying signals in an episode about buying signals, and that sometimes people ask for a discount and it kind of freaks people out. So I love when people ask for discounts because I assume it's a buying signal. They want to buy from me, and I'm gonna invite them to do that. Now that's when I'm talking to somebody. The other thing that I want to really dig into today is making offers. And when you're making an offer, there usually is some advantage for somebody to take that offer right now. It creates a sense of urgency, and they get something in return for following through on whatever the deadline is that you gave for your offer. Now, the reason that I decided to record this particular episode is that I was in a conversation recently with some really brilliant colleagues of mine. These women are just crushing it in their businesses, specifically in their memberships. And in our group, we were talking about offers and what we were going to offer, what was the next thing. And it came up that somebody was like, I just don't think I can make an offer to my list this month. And so we all were curious. Tell us more about that. Why do you feel like you can't make an offer? And she's like, well, so many people say, which I will say is a catchphrase. When I hear somebody go, so many people say, it always makes me go like, okay, who are these people? And do they have your best interest at heart? So she says, so many people say you don't want to just offer discounts, over and over on something because you're starting to train your list to expect getting a discount from you. So then they won't just buy regularly. Now, I get why so many people say this. And at times I want to agree. And I don't. And here's why. Those people that are saying like, don't devalue your products, don't devalue your offers. I get that that is to your benefit. They're saying that because they care about you, they believe in you, and that's all fine and good. But you're not selling to them. You're selling to your list. You're selling to the people who have followed you. You're selling to the people who are in your community who will benefit from working with you. And those people have been trained that things go on sale. And if you don't believe me, go look in your own email inbox tomorrow morning and count how many offers you get in your email for some special promotion or discount. Now, some of these are from big name companies. I get multiples like every single day. And there's one company in particular that I feel like, I think they send me something every day. Now, it's great for their marketing. I stay on their list because at some point I am going to buy. And I always kind of check it out to go like, what's the offer today? And is it something I want to take advantage of it? Oftentimes it's a no, but when it's a yes, it causes me to take action like right then. I don't even have to like think about it. And I think that that is consumer behavior. We have been trained as a society that things go on sale, that there are special offers, and take advantage of it. And here's why. You're going to get something in return. So what I had said to my colleague about this idea of not offering a discount was what I'm sharing with you today is that by acting like I can't make an offer out to my list because somebody somewhere told me that I'm starting to devalue my products, my offer, by putting out a special offer every month to my list. I'm going to say I disagree. They've already been trained. That's already their behavior. And if you want to change consumer behavior, like most of us as entrepreneurs are not big enough companies to do that. It would take a pretty big shift in the way everybody else is doing business for that to happen. So I know some of you are listening right now and totally disagree with me, and I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with you disagreeing. I get a lot of pushback on another thing that I often differ with people about, which is having pricing on your website. I feel super strong about this. And I have example after example of people who didn't have pricing on their website, start working with me, put pricing on their website, and then come back with examples around how many new clients that they're booking or how the quality of the leads that they're having conversations with have increased. As a matter of fact, I just got a brand new client this week who said to me, Nikki, I'm hiring you because I'm a listener of your podcast, and you had given this tip about adding pricing to my website. And even though other people had told me not to, I went ahead and added it, and I am getting new clients all the time from my website. Now, if you haven't heard me talk about this one, I'm not going to go deep into it today because that's not the point of the topic here. But that's where it's like, because as consumers, we expect to be able to find a price. And as consumers, we love to take advantage of deals. We love to feel like we've got a great deal. So do you have to do the same deal every month to your list or every week, however often you want to sell to your list? That's your business. No, you can change it up. You could add a bonus instead of a discount. And it's okay to go ahead and put offers out to your list, to go ahead and put out a special discount for getting something in return, which is somebody taking action by a certain date or somebody buying a larger package from you than the smaller package. Whatever you want to offer, please do. Give yourself permission. You definitely don't need permission from me, and you don't need permission from all those some people who say, do what feels right for you. And if it feels right for you to put out an offer on your list or to your list, do. Now, we always think like people are going to remember what the offer was last month or the month before or last year. But the fact of the matter is, most people aren't thinking about you that much. They may have not seen the offer that you put out last month, 2 months ago, a year ago, but they're ready for the offer that you're going to put out this month. So put it out. Don't be afraid to put an offer out there. Stop thinking that you're going to be the person who's going to change consumer behavior. And, again, you get to decide whether you want to take this advice from me. I will say that I often make special offers, and they're usually attached to a time frame, or they're usually attached to a bigger package, or it's something I want to test in the market. And I just put it out. I just test it and see, do people want to buy it? And if not, no big deal. I just move on and come up with the next offer. But I don't sit around and go, well, people are telling me I probably shouldn't discount my products, or I probably shouldn't offer a special price, or I shouldn't put out an offer to my list this month because I put out one to them last month. No. First of all, it's your list. You're paying for that list. I mean, depending on what service you use and how many people you have on your list. But I pay a lot of money every month for my list management. It's not free for me to have people sit on my list. Therefore, I don't just randomly add people to my list. They sign themselves up for my list, and I am going to make offers and sell to them. And if they're turned off by that, then I do something really extra special on all of my messages. I have an unsubscribe at the bottom. And people can choose to opt out if they don't want the offer. If they're like, I'm never going to buy from this chick, great. Please unsubscribe because I have to pay money for you to sit on my list. It's your list. You have permission to sell to them. And if you're not selling to your list on a regular basis, they're forgetting about who you are and what you offer. So don't be afraid to put offers out into the market, into your list, out onto your own social media channels. Like, you built that social media channel. No, you don't own the platform, but that's your page or that's your, account. And you can post whatever you want on there as long as you're following their rules. And if it turns people off, great. They can unfollow. They can do whatever people do depending on what platform you're using. Block you even. That's their choice. Don't take it personal. Focus on the people who are ready to buy from you right now and put that offer out to them. Okay, so I just wanted to record this episode because I was really passionate about this in this conversation. And it made a difference, I think, to the person that I shared this with. And I thought, oh, well, I'm gonna go share this now with you, my listener of the podcast, because I don't want you holding yourself back. I don't want you worried about what some people say you should or shouldn't do in your business. Do what feels great to you and make it easy for people to make decisions to take the next step with you. And sometimes that's a discount. Sometimes that's a bonus. But what it always is an offer. You know, I may have talked about this on the podcast, but our brains are lazy. I'm sure I have talked about this, that one of my clients had shared with me. She was doing some research, and the average adult makes 34,000 decisions a day or something like this. Now I'm relaying information she gave to me, so I'm not sure where she got this study. But if that is true, that's an incredible amount of decisions that we're all challenged with every single day. And our brains are lazy. It's been proven. And if you want more proof about it, go listen to my friend Melina Palmer's podcast called The Brainy Business, where she really digs into behavioral economics and how our brains actually work. She's so brilliant. I love her podcast. And on there, you know, there's lots of examples where she talks about our brains are lazy. Our brains are lazy. And if you don't put a decision in front of somebody, they often will not choose to hire you. They won't make a decision if it's not posed to them, if it's not put in front of them. So be willing to put your offers out there and let people decide. They can opt in, they can opt out, they can say yes, they can say no. They can sit on it and wait for the next one, whatever you want to do. But put your offers out there. Okay. Now, you may have heard that on the podcast in 2021, I'm focused on the year of the question. So I do have a question that I would suggest including with your offer. So here's the question for you, which is to ask. So this can go in your email communication. This can go out onto social media, but you put the offer and then you say, is this something you'd be interested in? Because you have to ask that question. That's an invitation question, by the way. It's a yes or no question, and it encourages the brain to make a decision. Yes, I would like to buy this. No, I'm not interested at this time. Either way is okay, but we have to help people make decisions. So if you're not using this question, please start using it. I teach this in a lot of different ways, in a lot of different applications and conversations, but this is one of my favorites. Is this something you'd be interested in? And see what people say. Now, when you ask this question, your job is to ask it and then zip it. You don't get to keep talking. Ask the question, let the person answer. Now, if you're sending it an email, that's easy, right? Because there isn't a response. Well, there is a response when they choose to then click on the offer. All right, so I'm going to have some additional training on this inside the Sales Maven Society. If you are not a member yet, what are you waiting for? What do you need? What do you need to take that next step with me? This is absolutely the best place for you to start igniting your sales. This is where you can come and you bring your questions, you bring your challenges. Frankly, you bring your email communications with your offers that you want feedback on. And I will give you guidance. I will give you suggestions, tweaks, and all types of resources around sales. By being a member of the Sales Maven Society, you'll get training, you'll get access to me, and I will be there to support and guide you on your sales journey. The Sales Maven Society is a monthly membership. You can join it by going to salesmavensociety.com. It's $147 a month. It is a coaching program with a ton of training attached to it that you can do at your own pace. I like to kind of describe it now as it's like training on demand. There's so much training in there that you get to pick. What do you need help on? Chances are there's a training in there for you. So you get to go through it at your own pace. You get access to me. And I'd love to have you come join. And if you want to dip your toe in the water and check it out and see if it's for you, see how it's going to benefit you, come for your first month with this special offer and I'll take $100 off the first month of membership. You can come for $47 for your first month when you go to salesmavensociety.com and you enter the coupon code 47trial. So the number 4, the number 7, and then TRIAL, all one word, and you can come join us. Now, before I wrap up today, if we haven't connected yet on social media, please connect with me. I am so thrilled when people reach out and say, I want to connect with you on LinkedIn because I'm a listener of the podcast, or they send me a DM through Instagram, or send me a friend invite through Facebook. I love that. So I would love to hear from you. Let's connect. All right, have a great rest of your day. Go put an offer out, and good luck. Talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to Sales Maven. Visit us online at yoursalesmaven.com/maven for more resources to boost your confidence and skills.